Hey everyone, I'm going to show you what you need to know as a regional organizer about events in Dust. So first up, we're on the home page of our burn. You'll notice there's an events icon here. Essentially when we click on this is going to show you the events for the whole burn. It's going to allow you to see all of the events or the events on each particular day. Keep in mind that events can be reoccurring, so you'll see that sometimes on these events it shows you that there's recurring events and they can appear on multiple days. You'll also notice there's a mine button here as well, and that's going to show you the events that I have added in myself. Now when you have theme camps, artists or even people, if you allow open camping camps or to register events, they can see their events in that Mine tab. So we can go in here and take a look at each of the events that are in here. We can click on any one of these and take a look at the information about the event, its location at a particular theme camp. You can change those if you like. We can change the type of event that it is and select one or more options. Maybe it's got food associated with it, maybe it's for kids, so select one or more options for an event. We make sure it's got a good title for the event and description and an optional image as well, and then when the event occurs. So that'll restrict it down to the days that the burn is happening. We can choose one of those days. We can choose the time that it's occurring, and we can choose how long the event occurs. So whether it's an all-day event or it is timed for a certain amount of time. Now, organisers of events can also have these recurring. To be able to do that, we click on the Add Recurrence button, and we can see that it can repeat on another day or another time. Once we're done with this, we can hit Save, and then that'll allow us to, it looks like I've got it hooked up incorrectly, but in any case, we can go in and save that change. It's an all-day event, and once a change is saved, the next thing that you may want to do is actually publish that out to the Dust app. So that's another thing you'll notice in the home page. Whenever a change has been made, there's a publish option. Whenever we hit publish, it's actually going to show what things have changed, and it allows us to moderate the details. So for example, if I were to put in some more information, here is something I should put in. And if I were to go click on publish here, it's going to show you what actually changed. So that means that if we're having theme camps put in their own events, before it actually goes out to the Dust app, we can moderate things like events, theme camp changes, art changes, that sort of thing. If that all looks good to us, we can hit the publish button. That goes out to the Dust app, and people will download that next time they go into your burn in the Dust app. Okay, so events happen at theme camps. They can also happen at art. For either of those, you can have a look at a camp's events by going into camps and click on events. It'll show you just the events that are happening at that camp. That can be really useful to be able to see if there are any sort of anomalies on a particular camp, and then obviously a theme camp, when they're looking at their events, they're going to be looking at it from this view. Similar with theme camps, in art, we can click on any one of these events that can happen at an art piece or even at a mutant vehicle. So that is how you look at events for art. The other thing that you might want to look at doing is actually importing events in. One thing we don't really recommend is that you use form submissions for events in things like Google Docs. But if you have done that, you can import your events in. So to do that, you can click on the three dots here and click on Import CSV. You'll notice there's also an option to export CSV as well. That'll let you export events out. One really important thing is you can have a look at the website at dust.events and docs. Click on events and click on importing. That'll show you what that CSV file needs to look like. So if you're exporting it out of Google Docs, or sorry, Google Forms, you'll want to make sure that the columns have things like name for the name of the event. You can also use variations like title, event title, that sort of thing. For locations, you want to make sure that they match up to camp names. If they don't match up to camp names, Dust will complain when you're importing and ask where it's really located. And that's the main reason that we don't recommend actually importing this in, because burners will put in all sorts of crazy names into their location. They'll also put in crazy things into the dates and start time and end times. So in general, you just recommend that you turn on registration in Dust and allow people to register their events on their own. Okay, so that pretty much covers everything related to events in Dust. And obviously, once you've published them into the Dust application, they'll appear for attendees to be able to set reminders of their favorite events and get notified about them, which is really great. Cool, so I hope to catch you in another video on one of these other sessions. Thanks everyone.